By the time this video is out for you guys to watch, we should only be 3 days away from the Super Bowl, in which the best two remaining teams in the NFL will fight it out on Sunday for a chance to hoist the Lombardi Trophy. And this entire NFL season has led up to this, and after the elimination playoff round of the NFL season, two teams remain: the Chiefs from the AFC, and from the NFC, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The game on Sunday looks to be really good, and I'm really excited to watch it, as I'm expected you are too. But I'm going to be making a prediction video today, in which I predict which team will win the Super Bowl, and how will they do it. What's up everybody, it's AC Analysis, and today I'm going to be predicting which team will win the Super Bowl and how will they do it. And currently the majority of people believe that the Chiefs will be winning the Super Bowl, and understandably so, because the Chiefs are currently a very strong team right now, and even coming into the season, they were Super Bowl favorites. But most of the polls do not have the Chiefs winning by that much. Currently people believe that there's a 55% chance of the Chiefs winning. Of course polls aren't accurate, but it just will show you guys how close this game will be, since both of these teams are very strong, and it could go either way, and I'm really excited to watch this game, as I'm sure you guys are too. But before we get started, if you guys could take 1 second to hit that like button and subscribe, it would be really helpful towards my channel and helps me make way more videos like these. And now, let's get right into the video. Before I talk about which team will win the Super Bowl, I'm going to first go more in depth about how each team reached the Super Bowl and what is needed for them to either win or lose. I know I said it earlier in this video, but coming into the season, the Super Bowl favorite were the Kansas City Chiefs, and rightfully so. They are such a strong team, and they came off of last season with a Super Bowl win against a really strong defensive San Francisco 49ers, and their offense was really able to get to them in a really close game. But this season, people believe that Chiefs were going to win, and we all know that that's because of their star quarterback in Patrick Mahomes, and there's Travis Kelce, and they also have Tyreek Hill, but it's more than just that. They also got really good players such as Sammy Watkins and rookie drafted Clyde Edwards-Helaire that have only made their team even stronger. Whenever the Chiefs play a really high-powered offense like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a big concern from them is always how good will their defense be able to play. Because when people think of the Chiefs, the first thing they can think of is that high-powered offense, but it's never really the defense, which for the Chiefs is actually quite strong. I mean, they still have some things to work on, like their secondary is probably the main problem, but they have a good defensive line with players like Frank Clark and Chris Jones, who are both really high-paid, really strong defensive linemen, and they have a solid linebacking core, and as a safety they have Tyrann Mathieu. They have some of the best defenders in the league, and the defense could either be the strength of this team at times, but at other times it could be the cause for this team's defeat. But knowing that this team went 14-2 this season and ended off the season #1 in the AFC East, currently in the Super Bowl, their defense does not seem to be the cause for their demise too often. As for the Buccaneers, they're also in a pretty similar situation. When most people think of the team, they think of that offense, but they don't really think of the defense. And it's honestly fair too, because we all know in the offseason the biggest move was Tom Brady being picked up by the Buccaneers off of the Patriots. The greatest quarterback of all time joined the Buccaneers, making them an immediate Super Bowl contender. And we all know that when Brady joins the team, he makes everyone around him better. The people on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have also said that. Brady made everyone work harder, and he has made them a better team. But the thing is, the Buccaneers were also good last season, even with a really mediocre quarterback in Jameis Winston, who ended up throwing for 30 interceptions and is currently a backup on the Saints. The Buccaneers still managed to go 8-8, missing out on the playoffs. So many people thought that the Buccaneers would make the Super Bowl. Personally, I did not really believe in the Buccaneers, maybe because I was a salty Patriots fan, but the Buccaneers proved everyone wrong, and now they're in the Super Bowl and currently really close to being the favorite to winning the game. The wide receiver core for the Buccaneers this season did not play as out of this world as people expected. They have some really good Pro Bowl talent in players such as Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown, who they picked up in the middle of the season, and Mike Evans. Mike Evans would have been the player who had the most 1,000-yard consecutive seasons in a row since his rookie season, but this season he had some injury problems along with Chris Godwin, causing neither of them to reach 1,000 yards, while their running game had a solid two-headed monster with Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones, who have really stepped up in the past few weeks, especially Leonard Fournette, who helped them win their previous playoff game against the Saints, ending the Saints' run for like a 4th year in a row. Despite all the injury problems that wide receivers for the Buccaneers had this season, Brady still managed to put up 4,700 yards, 40 touchdowns to 12 interceptions, and currently the Bucs are on a huge winning streak. They have started the season 7-5 and haven't lost a game since then. So, Tom Brady is currently very strong right now, and it's currently playing as good as he did with the Patriots, except for with more weapons. This man just is not willing to age. But the defense for the Buccaneers is also very strong, and personally, I believe it's stronger than the Chiefs. They have some really big names with Ndamukong Suh, Vita Vea. They also have really strong linebackers and blitzing linebackers like young Devin White, Levante David, Jason Pierre-Paul. Currently, Jason Pierre-Paul is questionable with an injury along with Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown did miss last week's game, and he's been really stepping up in the past few weeks. But people do believe that he will return for the game, which is really good for the Buccaneers. But back to the defense, they also have a really good young secondary, which really makes me feel like they have a chance of shutting down the Chiefs' defense. It's just going to be tough, since the Chiefs are probably the strongest offense since those 2007 Patriots. To see how the Buccaneers will manage to beat the high-powered offense of the Chiefs, we have to go back to the last time that the Chiefs lost a postseason game, and that was in the 2018 NFL AFC Championship game against, guess who, a Tom Brady-led Patriots team. And the final score for the game was 37-31. The Patriots ended up winning, and that was probably the most stressful game I have ever watched, besides the Patriots-Atlanta Falcons Super Bowl. And that's because in the fourth quarter, the main reason that the Patriots managed to win is because the defense were able to stuff Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs to only 2 field goals. And then, of course, at the end of the game, the Patriots won because of a Frank Clark offside call, but, that happens sometimes. So the Chiefs managed to lose because the defense was really able to get to Mahomes and was able to stop that high-powered passing game. So if the Buccaneers want to do this might be a no-brainer. But no matter how good the Buccaneers offense is, they will not be able to really outscore the Chiefs that well. The defense will have to step up and really stop the Chiefs offense. Even though I believe the win condition for the Buccaneers to win this game is that they have to really get to Patrick Mahomes and stop him from being able to throw the ball deep, the main headline for this game will obviously be Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes, probably the new GOAT versus the old GOAT. Since Mahomes became elite in the NFL, I'm pretty sure all of us wanted a Brady vs. Mahomes Super Bowl, and I never thought we would get it, but here we are. Brady left my Patriots, and now it's Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. And these quarterbacks both have great respect for each other, as in interviews with each other, they both seem to really think that they're great quarterbacks, and rightfully so they are. So this game is going to also be a really good high-powered passing game, as well as a defensive stuffing game. Both of these teams are similar, and they're going to have to do similar things to be able to win the game, which is why I believe this game will be one of the best Super Bowls in recent memory. As for the Chiefs, the way I believe that they will win is that they really need to get that offense going, because once Mahomes gets going, you can't stop him. He'll roll out of the pocket, he will throw the ball deep, he'll use his legs, and don't let your defense slip. Because most of the time, the Achilles heel for the Chiefs is that defense. It can be strong at times, but at other times, it can also cause them to lose the game. So if they can keep their defense set, and they can play really well on offense, I believe that they will win this game. Now comes the moment in which this whole video has led up to. Who will win the Super Bowl? Will Brady be able to win his 7th Super Bowl, further cementing himself as the greatest player of all time, and proving everyone wrong that he can win on another team? Or will Patrick Mahomes be able to win his 2nd ring in 3 seasons as a starter in the NFL? And personally, I believe this game will be very close. It'll be a really strong offensive attacking game, with the defense also having to step up for them to be able to win. But personally, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning 31-28. It's going to be a close game, but I have them winning. The reason that I am making this statement is because throughout Tom Brady's entire NFL career and his life, he's always had to prove something and prove that he's better than everyone else and improve at the game. He has also time and time again proved that he can win in the big situations, which is why he has 6 Super Bowl rings. A good example is the Super Bowl against the Falcons, the greatest game of all time. Brady ended up coming back from 28-3. So he can win in the big games. He makes everyone else around him better. And that defense is also very strong. And I believe in the starting of this game, it'll be a really high-powered offensive passing game, because the defenses are not going to be able to keep up with the really strong offenses and the really strong passing games of both teams. Eventually, the defenses will be able to step up, and the scoring will go down towards the second half. But like I said, I believe this game will end up being 31-28. It's going to be very close, but I have the Buccaneers winning with a game-winning field goal. Now, don't take my prediction for granted, because at the end of the day, this is just a prediction video, and the real outcome will happen on Sunday. I'm so excited to watch the Super Bowl, as I'm sure you guys are too. It's going to be a great game, and get some wings, get some nice food, and watch some really good football. This is the best it can get. Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. But now, that'll wrap up this video. This has been AC Analysis, making a prediction for what will happen in the Super Bowl. And before I wrap up this video, if you guys enjoy videos like these, subscribing to my channel would be really helpful, and we're on the road to 100 subs, so every single sub helps. Thank you guys so much for reaching this point in the video. See you next time.